Hi there birdies, welcome back to the nest. So today we have another 18 plus pick a card, and this one is going to be special because it's totally related with you. We are going to take a look at how you can up your pleasure and how you can explore yourself a little bit more. We're going to take a look at some kinks that you may have and you may feel free to explore. And keep in mind that this doesn't mean that you have to explore these things alone, okay? So if you're single has a Pringle, then definitely explore it with yourself. If you have a partner, then you can incorporate some of these things into your sexual life together, okay? So we have 4 beautiful pals here with us. For pal number 1, we have some Aquamarine. For pal number 2, we have some Zebra Jasper. For pal number 3, we have some yellow Calcite. And for pile number 4, we have some Amethyst. Alright, so my intention with this video is to fully just, help you explore yourself a little bit more. So if something doesn't resonate, if you feel like that is not really a kink of yours, then this is obviously a general reading. So if you feel called to explore it, sometimes we don't even know what we want until we try it. So if you want to explore it, feel free to do so. But if you really don't feel comfortable with anything, with something specific that I say that you may like, then you don't need to feel pressure to try that out, okay? But yeah, that is essentially it. So you can choose by the crystals, you can choose by the timestamps. They are going to be down below. And that is it. So when you're ready, I'll see you over there. Hey there, pal number 1. So if you chose the Aquamarine, you're in the right place. Let's get into your reading. And in case you missed the intro and you want to know what we're going to look at and what is this reading about, essentially we're going to take a look at like your kinks, what you can explore, just bringing you a little bit of inspiration and creativity into your sexual life. It doesn't have to be just about your individual sexual life. If you want to incorporate some of these things with your partner, definitely do it. We're going to focus on your pleasure today. We're going to focus on how you can connect a little bit better with yourself. So if you're ready, let's get into it. Today, I haven't pre-shuffled any decks, so we're going to go with the flow. We're going to see what shows up, and yeah. So let's see here. Oh my goodness, come here. How can pal number 1 improve their sexual life, improve their pleasure, their connection with their pleasure? What do we have? We have the Queen of Wands. Nice. We have Judgment, the Knight of Cups, Magician, and let's get one more perhaps. All right, actually not. So here in the Wheel of Fortune, we have this position, so definitely a lot of oral sex. Perhaps that could be something that you may want to incorporate in your sexual life with a partner. If you're looking at this and you're single has a Pringle, you're the last piece of pizza, I do feel like there is something here around perhaps toys. That could definitely be something here, especially with like the Magician. There are all of these tools, and then we have like the wand, we have the cup over there, we even have here the horn. So there could definitely be something here about exploring sexual toys and having fun with them, But one thing that I was actually picking up like straight away was actually touch. So I feel like it would actually be interesting. Either you have a partner or you don't. Spend some time with yourself, like exploring your body. It doesn't have to be, and when I say exploring your body, it's really not about like connecting with the regular, like normal erogenous zones that we already are aware of. It's about like exploring your, like for example, your arms. How do you feel about touching your wrists, about touching your palms? Have some time, spend some time exploring all corners of your body and figuring out, okay, this place actually feels good. Okay, it's okay. I don't really feel anything, really explore your body. Touch, there's something around touch. So maybe there's even something around like feathers. I'm also hearing like candle wax, so perhaps you were a little bit more into the BDMS place, but I do, because we even have like the fire. So I'm actually getting like the two extremes. So perhaps fire, and in this case I'm actually picking up strongly on candle wax or something like that, but I'm also picking up on ice. So, you know, explore those two things, because even here it looks like wintry vibes. Maybe exploring those extremes could actually be really beneficial for you and could bring you a lot of awareness into your sexual pleasure. But, oh, and I just saw 3 through 3, so you're clearly aligned with a better sexual life, I guess, since we're talking about this sexual energy. For me, 3 through 3, it's a big manifesting number, and I do feel like you are manifesting incredible things. So this could even just be you're manifesting a partner to explore this with. Who knows? But I do feel like there is definitely something here around clearly a lot of touch, clearly a lot of like trying with different things. Again, feathers, candle wax, ice, I feel like those are the main things. It could also be food. I'm not entirely picking up on that, but definitely try it out if you're into it. If you haven't, there could even, okay, we were talking about like sexual toys. You can obviously try this with a partner, but perhaps, you know, sitting, that could be a lot more pleasurable and than what you're used to experience. And this could be like, if you haven't tried that position yet, even with your partner, then definitely try it out, because I feel like that could be a position where your sexual pleasure is actually heightened. So definitely give it a try. And I also feel like there is something here, especially if you are alone. It's like, don't neglect your chest area, because it could actually be a very erogenous zone, and it could actually amplify your pleasure quite a lot. These flowers here are also picking up my attention. Actually, I don't know what they are. But it almost, oh yeah, she's actually bleeding. So yeah, you could be like the kinky pile, because there could definitely be here some sort of like pain pleasure. So definitely look into BDMS, because I definitely feel like some sort of pain, some sort of different sensation, I could feel like it could heighten your senses. So definitely, you know, give it a look. You don't have to go to extremes. Obviously, in this case, we don't know what happened to her. But, you know, don't go do something super extreme, like hurting yourself, or anything like that may, you know, harm you in terms of life and everything, obviously. But, you know, just try out those things that you can. I feel like you're already curious about those things. You know, essentially this reading, my intention is to just amplify a little bit your potential for sexual pleasure, I guess, and to perhaps even give you a little confirmation of, you know, I have been thinking about this, but I don't know if it would really work. So these are just tools, and take whatever resonates. If you don't feel at all comfortable with pain or anything like that, then perhaps this is not your pal, or perhaps that is just not the case here, you know. But yeah, I also feel like there is something here around especially like around public places. So, you know, if you want to adventure yourself into that, definitely go into it. I am also noticing that there is like what it looks to be a river. So I feel like water could also be very significant. It's so interesting because we have like all of these different things. We have the heat, we have the cold, then we have water. You know, it's all of the elements, and then we also have the more earthy side here, which for example could be like doing it in a more tree place, you know, full of trees or something like that. But your connection with nature could be very important, and connection with all of the elements could be important and could be very beneficial for you to reach to have better orgasms, or to just, you know, connect with yourself and connect with your body. I'm also getting here something around, you know, we have butterflies, we have the Queen of Wands, which is all about feeling sexy, and it is about transformation, about that glow up. So I feel like even if you're not seeing anyone, even if you're not dating anyone, take yourself out on a date. It's like you could even like plan a whole date, and you know that in the end you're gonna end up touching yourself and pleasuring yourself, but plan it and dress up for yourself. You know, it's like, go as if you were going on a date with someone else, but it's just you, and really have fun and commit to it. You know, put some effort into it, because I feel like you're actually going to be surprised on how well you're going to feel when you're feeling sexy, you know? Because I mean, it's quite we often correlate those things. It's like if you're dressing up and dressing in clothes that you feel comfortable and you feel sexy in, you're going to feel sexy. And when you feel sexy, you're perhaps going to be a little bit hornier. So definitely take a look into it and don't be afraid to explore that side of you. So let's see here. What else do we have? We have past life relationship. Yeah, man, look at oh my goodness, this is so interesting. What the heck? Like, look at all of these 3 cards. We have like a bunch of different cards, like very different positions. And in all of these cards, they are so, they're basically in the same positions every time. There is definitely something here, he's even getting really close to her chest. So definitely the chest area is really important for you. Either you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. But I also feel like there's something here around the neck. And then again, we have like the palms. I am getting like palms and wrists specifically. I feel like that could be a very erogenous zone for you. But there could also be something here around like doing it standing as well. And then we have like in all of these cards, we have like public places, a little bit, late at night, early in the morning, afternoon, we have like a bunch of different daytimes, but they are in public places, they are in monuments as well. And I do feel like there is something here around like if you have a partner, or even if you don't, and you want to just explore your sexual side and you want to do it with someone else, I feel like you're actually exploring it with someone from the past, someone you already have some sort of history with or some sort of emotional connection with, where it's just, I feel like it's more about comfort. If you already know someone, you're feeling a lot more comfortable and confident, right? And I feel like that we're not. So whoever that is, maybe you actually feel more comfortable if it is someone new. But in this case, like true love, past life relationship very soon, I do feel like you connected with someone that you already have history with. It's going to be a lot easier for you to explore new things, I feel. And also some sort of emotional connection. So I feel like you may be the type of person that I think that has a name. I think I may be totally wrong, but I think it's like demisexual or something like that, which is you can only have sexual pleasure or something like that if you have an emotional connection with that person. I feel like it is something around those lines, but I may be totally wrong, but you could need to have an emotional connection with this person, where again, I keep hearing comfort, so it could be especially around comfort that you feel safer to explore these things. So even if you're not committed and you just want to, go for it and just explore it, I do feel like having someone you already know could ease things a little bit. All right, but definitely a lot of touching, and that definitely like neck area and palms and wrists. Okay. And also I feel like with this past life relationship and very soon, you could actually be manifesting someone. And now looking into the actual tarot cards, we have this like Knight of Cups and the Magician, Judgment. So I would even be surprised if you are actually like through sex, you could be manifesting like some sort of offer, whether this is someone new or past life relationship, true love. This could definitely, if you resonate with twin flames, divine counterparts, this could definitely be talking about your divine counterpart. And it's like, don't be afraid to explore these things with that person. But I definitely feel like there is some level of manifesting here. Even if it is someone new, I do feel like you're very powerful on those moments. Okay, so let's see here what else we have. Let's see. What do we have for pawn number 1? Alrighty. Also, if you talking about manifestation, if you do have a partner, I feel like when you're intimate, you could actually like both of your energies could actually manifest. It has more manifesting impact, let's call it. And so it's like, be aware of it. If you're wanting to use sex magic or something like that, it could work very, very, very well with you. Okay, so if you want to explore that, then definitely do it. I'm also getting here that by you like fantasizing about your dream person, whether this is someone from the past or just someone new, just like imagining your dream person and fantasizing about that, I feel like that is already bringing that person in. So definitely, you're definitely having some sort of manifestation skill here while you're finding that pleasure. So we have a loving gaze, and we also have physical attraction, lots of six here. So 6 is about harmony, it's about balance, and I do feel like there is something here around like make sure that you both, like even here, yeah, they're definitely like touching each other, so make sure that you're both finding balance when it comes to this, especially if you are seeking a partner or if you're wanting to try things out with someone else. Definitely make sure that you're both feeling pleasure, because maybe even like literally mutual masturbation or something like that, because I feel like you're going to get off from like watching each other. So that is definitely also something for you to explore if you want to. And I definitely feel like, you know, we have physical attraction, Queen of Wands, so definitely there's that thing of like feeling confident in your own body. And I'm also getting like appreciating body hair. That could also be something that you may want to work on, you know, in building your confidence when it comes to that. But I am getting this thing of, there's even something, I feel like there's something here around like clothing. So it's like, even if you are alone, don't rush into like taking clothes off or everything, even if you are in a committed relationship or you're dealing with a partner here. Don't rush into the like taking the clothes off. Like take your time with it, because I also feel like that is going to boost the pleasure a little bit. And I also feel like I'm hearing that for some of you are already doing this, and that is something that you already know that it is a turn on, and it's something that you know that works really well with you. And I feel like you're essentially having a confirmation here of like, yeah, that is good. Keep doing that, you know. But with this loving gaze here, I also feel like there's something here about like flirting. Even if you're not like wanting to try things out with a partner, is like take yourself on a date and flirt with people, and then use that flirty energy to connect with yourself. You know, it's about like essentially boosting the energy and preparing yourself for that type of energy, but then you just work with yourself and you're just connecting with yourself. So don't be afraid to flirt with people, to make them a little eye and everything, because I feel like that is definitely going to boost you up. Okay, so let's see here. Let's pull some self-care dice and try to interpret them in a different way. Let's see. Oh my goodness, look at that. We do have go on a date and dress up. Wow, I'm good. We also have walk and journal. That is interesting. So with this walk, there's definitely that like public places kind of energy. So definitely explore that if you want to. And with this journal, I would even say that this could be like exploring, or what is the word? What is the word? It's essentially like write about your experiences. You know, you can like one day you try this and you really liked it. It's like make sure that you take notes from that, because I feel like that is also going to and also explore how you feel, and even like what did you fantasize about? What were you trying to manifest? You know, I feel like there is also something around like keeping track of your progress and keeping track of what you do and what you like, what you don't like. I even feel like this is especially important for those of you that could be struggling a little bit with confidence and everything. Is like, oh, today I wore this particular piece of clothing, or I did this and I felt really comfortable. I feel very confident. I felt very like myself. You know, it's like keep track of those little things. And I feel like that is going to be very significant and empowering for you. Okay. So yeah, I think that's it. So pile number 1, I hope you liked it. I hope you got some tips from here, and that you're excited to explore yourself a little bit more. And definitely let me know in the comments down below how this resonated, if you enjoyed this type of video. Also, don't forget to smash the like button for me. That is a beautiful way for me to know that you like this, because it's a beautiful way because you're also helping me grow and everything. And don't forget to subscribe, all right? You can also check out my other channel, the Sunny Virgo, for zodiac signs and zodiac cusp readings, and there is going to be a link down below for a private reading. Okay, so I love you very much. I wish you the best, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. If it shows the zebra Jasper, you're in the right place. let's see here what we have for you. Before we get into that, I just want to mention a little bit what we're going to look into this reading in case you jumped the intro. My intention with this video is to help you explore yourself and explore your pleasure. And this could be both individually, you know, just one-on-one, you and you. But it could also be like you and another person, and it's just things that you can incorporate in your sexual life with your partner, okay? And some of these things could also be like confirmations of things that you already know you like, and it's like keep doing them because they definitely are a way for you to bring pleasure. And if there's anything that you really don't think you're comfortable with, then don't take that message, okay? But yeah, so let's see here, where do we go? I haven't shuffled any decks, so we're gonna shuffle them, all of them, live today. So let's see here for pile number 2. What can you tell us about pile number 2? We have the Sun. My, oh my. All right, we also have the Queen of Swords. Ooh, that is interesting. Okay, we also have the Ace of Wands and the Queen of Wands. But on the deck, we have the Page of Cups. All right, so there's definitely something here around like reflection. So that is one of the first things that I'm getting, because like I'm looking at this like Queen of Swords, and there's almost like this thing of, I don't know, I almost see this room has like a room full of mirrors, you know? And then we also have here like the Page of Cups, and with the water, I see like the reflection of the water. That is the immediate image that is giving me. And then we have the Sun card. That was one of the first things that I heard. Reflection, so mirrors. If you can do it in front of the mirror with a partner, without a partner, if you can perhaps even like record yourself, that could also be something that could boost your sexual pleasure quite a lot. And you could also learn a lot from it. And I mean, I feel like you're going to have a lot of fun as well, especially if you're doing it with a partner. I feel like you could even start to see, I don't know, not necessarily like in a way, like recording yourselves for, to see progress or something like that. But it could be fun to like look back. And first of all, that is already going to give you a lot of, you know, I feel like it's going to be a turn on if you're then later going to watch that with a partner. But I also feel like you may start to, like if you record yourselves, quite often you may start to see patterns, and you may start to see things that you always do. And even with a mirror especially, it could be like understanding how your vulva works, understanding, you know, just understanding your genitalia, and like not necessarily where it is, but what are the different parts of it, and understanding how it looks like, what do you like, what are the different places that you can touch yourself. You know, I feel like it's about exploring, and you may actually be someone that is very scientific or very logical, and I feel like having that more clear view of, okay, so this is what it looks like, I feel like it could help you understand where you may want to be touched and what you may like, you know. And then again, if we have that video part, then there's definitely this thing of like noticing patterns, noticing specific positions that you constantly do, and you start to understand that, oh, you know, we did this so often and it's always so pleasurable. So, you know, you start to understand which works for you, which doesn't. So I feel like that is a big part here of things. I also feel like there is something about, especially if you have a partner and you are at a distance, there is also something about like perhaps video chat or phone sex, you know, something around those lines. I feel like that could also be very like a huge turn on. And you know, phone sex doesn't work for everyone, not everyone likes it, but I actually feel like for you it could be something that you may actually enjoy. I also feel like there is something around, perhaps I'm hearing massages, so either, you know, give a little hint to your partner like, hey, you know, I have really sore shoulders today. So, you know, you can ask for a massage, but it could also be like you could get really turned on by giving a massage. I am getting more like we have 2 queens here, and we even have here like this Page of Cups, which is like, I feel like the fish would be like a partner or something, and you're the girl here. And I do feel like you are the one more in the receiving end, and like more in power, more in charge. So that could also be something that could really turn you on. It would be you being in a place of dominance, okay? So I feel like that would also be something for you to explore. And I also feel like there is something here around like getting more into rough, not necessarily, yeah, I feel like it is both rough, I don't know, it's very like a lot of passionate, like we have this, I feel like it looks like an explosion, right? So I'm getting that has like a little bit of like rough sex, or I'm also hearing like really fast, so that could also be something that could bring you a lot of pleasure. Anything that is, I feel like it's anything that it's more, I would even say rushed. Anything that is more explosive, rushed, passionate, intense, you know, anything that really like builds things up. I feel like that would be something that would also give you a lot of pleasure. Because I even get this thing of like flirt a lot, because I feel like you're going to be building that energy up, and then it's almost like the sex has already started, but you're not touching each other. You know, this especially if you are dealing with a partner or with a future partner, you know, things to try out with different people. It's like build the sex up. So I feel like there is something about like, it doesn't only start when you're in bed, you know, when you're undressing each other. No, I feel like it starts way before. So focus on, and I'm not even talking about like foreplay or anything. I'm really literally talking about flirting. Maybe a little bit of dirty texting or something like that, you know. I feel like for you, your intimate encounters start way before you even get some sort of physical touch. So definitely like connect with that, because I feel like that is also going to be super important. And if you're, you know, single has a Pringle, what you can do, it is around essentially like flirting with yourself a little bit. And I feel like you can do that with a mirror especially. It's like just looking at yourself, you know, undressing, and then perhaps even, you know, touching yourself. But I feel like perhaps looking at yourself with a more animal side, I feel like that would also boost in you some confidence and some, I'm hearing self-respect that you may need right now, or you may, it may really boost that sexual pleasure here. So that is also something here. I'm also getting something here around, I mean, you do what you want, and I'm not here to judge you, but I am getting something around no porn, and it is about like you creating your own porn. So that would actually kind of correlate with the like videotapes and everything, you know, recording yourself. But I'm also getting something around like your imagination. It's like try to work a little bit more on your imagination. So you could be someone that watches porn on the regular, but I really feel like there is something here around like if you try to, it's like challenge yourself to avoid that a little bit, and to really invest in your imagination, invest in the things that you would like to explore and you would like to feel, you know. I feel like that could also, it could be very powerful, number one, but I feel like it could also like set you free a little bit and make things a little bit lighter, more intense as well, but lighter in terms of energy, you know, because especially when we're talking about sex, we're constantly changing energies. And I do feel like whenever you're watching porn, it does drain you a little bit because it's low vibe content. So just be mindful of it. But again, it is your life, so you do you. And I do feel like it is about like be conscious of it. I'm even getting that for some of you, you have already done that. You have already stopped watching those type of videos, and you have noticed it. You have noticed it changed, and I feel like now it's like this is a confirmation for you that that was a really good thing for you to do. So there's also that. Let me see here. Is there anything else? I'm also getting like a little bit of choking, because like all of these people have necklaces, and then here in the page she's even like well, it's a little bit, you know, below the neck, but I do feel like choking could be something that could be pleasurable to you. I also feel like there is something here around, I do feel like this could be confirmation for those of you that are at a distance, especially, you know, a physical distance. That is what I mean. Because there is that thing of like the buildup, and there is that thing of like you're sort of having sex without having sex, even before you touch yourselves, touch each other. I mean, I do feel like there is this thing of like when you do actually touch each other, it's mind-blowing, you know, because we have all of these codes, and it is giving me this thing of like mind-blowing. So that could be like a little confirmation if you haven't been intimate with this person yet. It could be a confirmation that, yo, this is gonna be steamy when you are together. So yeah, let's see here. Let's pull some more cards to see what we have. Oh, okay. We have, oh my goodness, look at that. Didn't I tell you about flirting? We have flirt. And we also have love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So I don't know if it was you or if it was with the previous pile that I talked about self-respect, but if it was in this pile, there we go with the confirmation. But I do feel like there is this thing of like really exploring yourself, and that thing of like the logical side and the mirror and understanding how your body works and everything. And I do feel like that is definitely related here with love yourself first, right? And I also feel like with the love yourself first and that queen energy of you being in a place of dominance and everything. And it's so interesting that we're talking about dominance in a queen energy, in a feminine energy. So it could be that your energies are both very balanced, you know. So that's really beautiful to see. But I do feel like you putting yourself in a place of dominance, and you, I don't know, it's almost like you taking care of your pleasure. It's actually going to also, it's not about like just taking care of your pleasure and just forgetting about the other person. But I do feel like by you taking care of your pleasure, you're actually going to also be turning the other person on. I do feel like this, especially for those of you that are already in a relationship. But either way, just the fact that you already know what you like before you get into a relationship, if you're not seeing anyone, if you're totally single, if you already know yourself and you already know your soft spots, you already know what you like, what you don't like, whenever you're intimate with someone, things are going to be like 100 times better, because you're going to know where you need to touch yourself, or where you need to be at, or where you need to ask to be touched. And that is going to just make things a lot easier, and it's going to really move things forward in a better direction, in a very good place. I also am getting this thing of like communication, so don't be afraid to ask, because again, we have this thing of like love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And I do feel like there's this thing of like, if you need to be touched somewhere, if you're not liking something, say it, because I feel like the other person is going to understand it 100%. And I also feel like you're going to feel a lot more comfortable and confident by asking for what you want and asking for what you need. Okay, so let's see here. Oh goodness, let's see what else we have. Interesting. Okay, whoopsie. So we have a beautiful face, beautiful place. Well, maybe your surroundings are also important for you. But yeah, I definitely feel like there's something around like surroundings that could be very significant. So don't be afraid to kind of indulge a little bit on, maybe even, you know, go on a little weekend getaway with yourself, and you just book a hotel room, even if it is in your own city. It's like, just book a hotel room and go pamper yourself, you know. I feel like that could also kind of boost up your sexual pleasure here. But we do have a beautiful face with number 3, and then we have doubt and decision with the number 9. And this, like, number 9, it is really like interesting with doubt and decision. I almost feel like this could even be talking about that thing of like you knowing your body and you understanding your pleasure. And I do feel like there is this thing of like, as you get to know yourself and as you put yourself and your pleasure first, I feel like you do get a lot from it. And I feel like you get essentially a lot of clarity from it. I'm even getting that for some of you, like self-pleasure could be something like a taboo or something. And I feel like, you know, if whatever you want to do, if you're feeling called to explore yourself, then feel free to do that. You know, you don't have to justify yourself to anyone. You don't have to, feel bad about it, because it's a natural way. It's not a natural process of things. And I feel like it is going to boost your self-confidence a lot more, especially in the bedroom, you know, because you know what you want. And I feel like you're going to feel a lot more, you're also going to feel a lot safer, because I feel like you're going to be able to, you're not going to, it's almost like, I feel like for you to fully have and to improve your sexual pleasure, I feel like you need to have it with yourself first, and then you explore with someone else. Because I feel like perhaps if you were to try something out with someone else, you would never feel comfortable enough to do that, and you would feel really scared, and perhaps the experience wouldn't even be that good. Even if you felt pleasure, it wouldn't even be that good, because you were so scared. You know, when we're scared, our muscles tense up. That's why usually first times actually hurt a little bit. And it is because of that tense energy, you know? And I do feel like if you explore with yourself first, you clear all of these doubts, and then you feel a lot more comfortable to explore and to do those things with other people, you know? And with this beautiful, I keep saying a beautiful place, so I definitely feel like, you know, it's nothing related with faces, it's all related with places. So definitely, you know, pamper yourself in terms of like going to the beach, or, you know, connect with different vibes. Just explore those surroundings. I'm also hearing like candles. We even have here like rose petals. So if you want to pamper yourself and if you want to connect with yourself, it's like go buy some rose petals and put it on the bed and light up some candles, and then go do this, like for example, do this before dinner, and then you go out with friends, you go to a dinner, whatever, or you just eat dinner at home, and then it's almost like you may get distracted and you don't even remember that you were doing those things, and then you go to the bedroom and it's like, oh wait, right, I did this, you know. And there's this thing of like a little bit of a surprise even though you already know it, you know. So it's like, try to surprise yourself in whatever way you can do it. So let's pull here some self-care dice, which we are going to interpret in a more sexual way, in whatever way we can. But we have be creative. Yeah, so I definitely feel like there is this thing of like, be creative with your house, clean the house, be creative with your surroundings, because I feel like that is definitely going to boost your sexual pleasure quite a lot. And then we also have like the be creative in terms of like, don't be afraid to explore your body, don't be afraid to, oh yeah, do something new also wanted to come through. What was here? Oh yeah. So definitely like do something new, explore yourself, be creative, right? And I feel like doing it with yourself, I feel like that is the biggest, most important thing. We also have go on a date, so there we go with like that weekend getaway and going. I'm picking up on huge like hotel vibes. So go book a hotel room for a night or something, because I definitely feel like you're going to like it. I feel like you're actually going to find that a very fulfilling and interesting experience. And then we also have money, money, money. So what I'm getting with this, I am getting a little bit of, actually for some of you, I'm getting a little bit of like striptease. So it's like, don't be afraid to, and we were talking about mirrors, so don't be afraid to like striptease in front of the mirror and to see how you react, see how you feel. And it's not just, oh, I need to go take a shower and just take the clothes off and don't even pay attention to it. It's like, pay attention and spend some time there, you know. I'm also getting that is interesting. One thing that I'm getting is like, I'm not necessarily like getting a hooker vibes or something around like that. If you're feeling called to do that, definitely, you know, whatever you want to do it. But I am picking up, we were talking about massages, and if you don't have anyone to give you a massage, maybe it's about like, you know, you book a hotel room that has like a massage included in it. And it's like, it's the preparation, right? It's the flirting with yourself as well. I feel like that is also very significant here. It's like, pamper yourself up. I really feel like there's something huge here around like pamper yourself up. Okay, so pile number 2, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonated, I hope it helped, I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments down below and smash the like button so I know that you definitely liked it, if you want to comment. But that definitely helps the channel to grow and for me to know that you like this type of content. Don't forget to subscribe as well, and you can also check out my other channel, the Sunny Virgo, for zodiac custom zodiac sign readings. And there's also going to be a link below for a private reading if you're interested in that. All right, so I love you very much, I wish you the best, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. If you chose the yellow calcite, you're in the right place. And before we get into it, I just want to give you a little recap of what we're going to look at in this reading in case you missed the intro. So essentially with this video, my intention is to help you explore your body a little bit more, explore your sexual pleasure a little bit more, whether this is with a partner or if you're single as a Pringle, okay? So these could be some kinks that may be hidden within you, and I'm bringing them up to light, you know, if you're feeling called to explore some of these things. You don't have to explore all of them. Definitely do that. And yeah, that's essentially it. So let's get right into it and see what do we have. All right, so we have the Star, we have the 6 of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and the Page of Wands. Interesting. Then bottom of the deck, we also have the King of Cups. For some of you, I feel like you may actually have some sort of work fantasy, or with like either like literally work fantasy in the place of work, but it could also be like a coworker or something like that. And I actually feel like you're being called to explore that. So I don't know if you want to take that person out on a date, flirt with them a little bit, see where it goes. That could actually be something that could, I don't know, not necessarily lead to more, but I feel like it could actually make you feel a lot more confident and could help you get to know yourself a little bit. Because I even feel like that person could show you like a different side of yourself. They could talk to you, like, bring the subject of exploring certain things that perhaps you never really thought of, and this person just makes you feel very comfortable and you're actually able to explore those things with that person. So I feel like there's something here around, like, if you're feeling called to explore with someone specific, definitely do that. Then for those of you that this is about a workplace, I mean, do what you want to do, but just, you know, try not to break any work ethics or something. But it could be something that could, I don't know, like, turn you on a little bit, even in just like public places in general, because we have like here night sky and everything. Maybe even like go camping and see how that feels, you know, or just, I am picking up on like nature vibes, so definitely explore that if you want to. But I definitely feel like that could be something that could release you a little bit and connect you a little bit more with your body and boost your sexual pleasure. And I also feel like there's definitely something here about like other people watching, but they're not actually watching. It's like the possibility of other people catching you. So it could even be like, even if you have a partner, doing something around like parties or family friend gatherings, you know, just parties or something like that, and you just sneak out to have a little quickie, and then you go back, you know. I feel like that could also be something that could turn you on quite a little bit. I also feel like there is something around letting yourself be touched. So I feel like, especially if you're dealing with a partner or you want to explore something, even if it's just like casual sex, that's why I feel like I was feeling a little bit hesitant in saying that it could lead to more. I'm not saying that it won't, but for some of you, you just think of that person in a physical way, and that is totally okay. But it's this thing of like, let yourself be touched, let yourself be admired, let yourself be explored. I feel like there is something here around like, I feel like looking at people admiring you makes you feel appreciated. It makes you feel, it's almost like you admire yourself because of it. You know, there's something around those lines. It's not necessarily about like looking for someone's appreciation, but it's just, there's this boost of confidence of like, yeah, I know you have the hots for me. You know, I know I turn you on. I feel like there is something around like allowing other people to, of course, it's not in a sense of harassment, but it is in a sense of just, oh my goodness, my words are totally blocking out today. But it's not in a sense of like harassment and like other people just, you know, being too, not having boundaries, you know, but it is in the sense of like flirting and knowing that you are appreciated, knowing that people feel attracted to you. I know, you know, I feel like that, either we like it or not, that does boost our confidence. And I feel like you allowing yourself to be touched and allowing yourself to be admired by others, I feel like that is something that could definitely boost your self-confidence. I also feel like you may think a lot because my brain is totally like blocked out. So I feel like that could actually be something that you may that may stop you a little bit in your own, you know, intimate individual sessions. It could be that you may start to think too much about things. So if you want to meditate a little bit before it, or I don't know, maybe even having, I don't know if that is a thing, but having like meditative sex. It's like you close your eyes and you breathe and you focus on that breathing, and then you start you know, tracing your arms, tracing whatever your body, and just focusing on that feeling. It's like really honing in onto that thing that is happening right now, because I feel like one thing that could block you is too much stuff going on in your mind, and so you may need to cool the mind down and allow yourself to breathe, allow yourself to relax a little bit, so you can be more in the moment, you know. I also feel like there could even be something here about like, if you want to get a little drunk, definitely do it. I feel like, you know, adding a little bit of, adding a little a little relaxing substance to it, not in terms of addiction, but just, I don't know, just like a little glass of wine or something like that. It could definitely ease you a little bit. I'm also hearing for some of you, food could be something really relaxing as well. So like almost like cooking your dinner or cooking your meal and really focusing on that, and maybe even like now that we're talking about food, perhaps even like aphrodisiac ingredients that could kind of boost your system to be in a more aroused state. So that could also be something for you to explore here. And I am also getting here something around your legs. So your legs could definitely be something that is definitely like an erogenous zone that you may not be aware of. So definitely explore that. And what else? I think so far that is what we have, what I'm seeing here. But let's continue forward and see where we go with this. All right, let's see. Oh my god, like these readings today are having so many synchronicities and so many confirmations. We have literally finances in career. What the heck? Oh my goodness. We're definitely connected today. Thank you, universe. But we have finances in career and chemistry. So there's definitely this thing of like, there may be someone at your workplace that you're definitely, having the hots for. To be honest, I feel like it is mutual. But we're not really here looking at the other side. But I definitely feel like, even if the interest is just purely physical, I do feel like at least that it's mutual, perhaps the other person has a couple of feelings. It could be the other way around, but I do feel like if you have feelings, I do feel like there is some sort of mutual understanding here, because we even have like, it is safe for you to love. So this could be definitely your confirmation, like, hey, don't be afraid to jump into it, but there's definitely here's something around finances and career. So definitely go towards it if you're feeling called to do that. But I also do feel like it is talking about the place for some of you, not a person. And it's like, don't be afraid to explore that as well. Again, just try not to be caught, because of work ethics and everything. But definitely explore that. And there's also this thing of like being outside and everything. And then we also have that thing of the touching, right? Because there's like that light there, and she's like touching it. It's like, oh my god, what is this? So I do feel like exploring your body and just noticing where you feel pleasure. I feel like that is also going to be important for you. And again, I do pick up a lot on legs, so definitely explore your legs in this case. And I'm even getting that here in this card, like where they have tattoos could be like erogenous zones for you. So we have wrists, we have the chest area, maybe even the face, and then we have like abdominal and legs, and we also have here a little bit in the arms. So definitely take this as a guide for you to explore yourself, I guess. But yeah, and we even have here more. Oh, and look at that. Except the page, well, she does have there on the ankles, but all of them have some sort of thing on the legs. So yeah, that could definitely be something around that. But let's see here what else. I also feel like if you have any weird fantasies with characters, because like she's wearing like a red hood. It's reminding me of Little Red Hood. So if you have any sort of weird fantasies, don't be afraid to explore them. You don't have to communicate with anyone, but don't be ashamed of those things. Okay. So let's see here. What else do we have for you? All right. So we have number 20 with lots of blues. Number 20, Love's Embrace. And then we also have Soft Whispers with number 7. So I do feel like there is also something here around... I was picking up that the page would have another message. And now it's interesting that the Soft Whispers here is attached to it. I do feel like don't be afraid to make sound. I mean, obviously, if you're tweaking in a public place, perhaps be careful about it, but explore your voice, explore your moaning, explore even like dirty talk. Explore that, because I feel like you're actually quite good at it. I don't think you are, but I feel like you are actually quite good at it, and it may actually be something that makes you feel like seeing the other person's reaction to that. I feel like it also makes you feel more confident. So definitely explore that, because there's definitely like the page energy of communication, soft whispers. There's definitely something around it. And it doesn't even have to be like, I don't know, maybe all the dirty talking that you want to do is just screaming someone's name or whispering someone's name. It could be it. Or whispering your own name. It's like, explore that. You know, I feel like just something vocal could be significant here, essentially. All right. I also feel like there is something here around like smells. Smells could also be significant for you to boost your sexual pleasure as well. Because we have here in this smoke, and this is feeling like something with smell. So definitely, and we were talking about like food, right? So perhaps like smells could be very significant, especially if you're cooking with those aphrodisiac ingredients. So definitely explore that a little bit. And this is looking like an oven. I don't think it is, but it's looking like an oven to me. So there's definitely something around that. But I definitely feel like smell is going to be quite, could be quite significant for you as well. I am also picking up here on something like I'm getting really drawn to this bow that this dude has. I believe it is a bow. Yeah, I think it is. There is something around, I don't know, I don't necessarily feel like it is pain, but it could be like, how do I say this? I feel like it could be something really specific. And in this case, I do feel like it could be something really with nipples, but I don't know, perhaps like pinching nipples, or it's something like specific. It's something very targeted. You know, it's not something on the whole body. I feel like it's very, very specific. So, you know, explore yourself. That's why I feel like you're also being called to let yourself be admired and let yourself also indulge a little bit in other people's kinks, because I do feel like this work person could have some sort of fantasy or kink that is actually a match and you don't know it. And for example, this person perhaps has something for biting. I am picking up on something around biting as well. And perhaps this person has a kink for biting and you didn't even know that that was something you were into as well. And I do feel like by you allowing yourself to explore things with someone else, I feel like you could find some things about yourself as well. So definitely take a look at it, because I feel like there is an unexplored kink here that it's about targeted pain. And I do feel like it could be something around biting, nipples as well. That is something that is definitely coming through. And those are other things that are really coming forward, but feel free to explore other situations. Let's see here. A dice fell to the ground, but let's see here. Let's pull some self-care dice and try to interpret them in a more kinky way, I guess. Let's see what we have for you. All right, so we have dance, so perhaps a little bit like a lap dance or something like that. Oh my god, we have freaking cook. Bro, what is happening today? This is so crazy. I love when these things happen in readings. But we have cook over there, so we have the confirmation around the food that we were talking about. And then with this dance, I also feel like it's not necessarily only about like lap dances or something like that, because we're thinking that you may think too much. I think it was with you, but it's like dance. I feel like it is a form of you to release stress. It is a form for you to let go a little bit of control and to be more in connection with your body. We also have know and be proud. I feel like, getting yourself into place, it's almost like false submissive because I feel like you're in this place of like allowing yourself to be admired, but you're also able to say no and to back away and to tease the partner a little bit, so I definitely feel like saying no could also be something that turns you on, seeing the other person. I feel like there's definitely something here about like seeing the other person's reactions it also turns you on. There is something around like you feeling confident, especially with this be proud. It's like you feeling confident in your impact on others in a sexual way. So definitely explore that a little bit. If you want to tease people, if you want to tease this specific person, definitely do so. If you don't have anyone in mind, I do feel like there is something around with this no energy and being proud, it's almost like saying no to people you may even flirt, like give a little look, kind of read and flirt a little bit, and it's like, you know what, no, you're not my type. But you still have, or you just, you know, you do have that physical attraction towards a stranger, but you're like, you know, nothing is gonna happen, but you're allowed to fantasize with those people, you know. I feel like there is something around those lines. But yeah, I think that's it. So pile number 3, I hope this resonated. I hope it helped. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely let me know in the comments, and by smashing that like button, that is a great way for me to know that you enjoyed this reading. And don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And you can also check out my other channel, the Sunny Virgo, for zodiac cusp and zodiac sign readings. And there is also going to be a link down below for a private reading. Okay, so with that being said, I love you very much. I wish you the best, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. So if you chose the Amethyst, this is going to be your reading. Before we get into pulling some cards, we are going to shuffle all the we are going to shuffle all the decks live today. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about what we're going to look at in this reading, what my intention is, in case you missed the intro. But essentially, this reading is created with the purpose of exploring your sexual pleasure, empowering you in exploring your sexual pleasure, and just looking at possibly some hidden kinks, some hidden things that you may actually really enjoy. And you can explore these things either by yourself or with someone else, okay? But let's get right into it. Let's get started with some tarot. And woo, see where we go. We have the Knight of Wands. Oh, honey. Woo, okay, so it's gonna be one of those. Where did you go? We have the World as well. And let's pull one more card. We have the Four of Swords. All right. Welcome to the kinky pile. There was actually another pile that was also a bit kinky. I believe it was pile number 1. But, you know, I feel like you can look into it, but I actually don't think you need to. And I feel like the the thing that is stopping you here is that I feel like you're either ashamed, afraid, or perhaps you feel like it is a little bit of a taboo to talk about those things, because I feel like you have kinks, you have fantasies. Perhaps you feel like they're weird, but I do feel like there is someone out there that doesn't find them weird, and there is someone with the moon here. There is someone that is going to match you. There is someone that is going to understand those kinks and are going to be able to match them, okay? So don't you worry about that, okay? And you're not alone in this world. We have other people that are kinky, okay? I do consider myself kinky, so don't be afraid. You're not alone. But I do feel like there is something here, and this could actually come from a place of like a past relationship or something like that, where someone perhaps really judged you, or even just your upbringing. You know, perhaps sex was also always seen as something that, oh my god, just be careful about that. Ooh, you know, we can't talk about that. Shh. And I feel like it's time for you to break free from that a little bit. I also feel like one of your I feel like it could be related, but I feel like for some of you, it's not necessarily that you're ashamed of your kinks or something like that. I feel like you're ashamed of a specific fantasy or a specific kink that could be related with someone else. Could be related with someone from the past specifically. I do feel like you could be trying to move on from this person. You could be trying to let them go, but they don't leave you in a sexual way. And I feel like I'm here to tell you that that is actually something that can boost your sexual pleasure. I don't know if this is like a twin flame, if you resonate with it, a divine counterpart, but I do feel like you're still very connected spiritually. And I don't think it is in a place of a lower vibe kind of energy, you know? Perhaps in the past it was, but I feel like you were, at least in a 5D level, in the spiritual, energetic level, you were not low vibe. You're actually quite high vibe. And I feel like whenever you're fantasizing about this person, they could even be fantasizing about you at the same exact time. And it's about like understanding that that is part of your spiritual path. That is part of the journey that you are currently. If you want to really move on from this person and you really don't want them back and you're like just leave, then you could do a little bit of like energy cording, cord cutting, like separating the energies between the two of you. And yeah, but I also feel like there is something here, like we're talking about like how you can enhance your sexual pleasure and how you can appreciate all sides of your kinks and everything, right? And I feel like one of your sexual fantasies, it is about this past person. So that is about something, this is definitely something for you to appreciate and acknowledge and work with it, you know? It could even be, if you want to start pushing that person away and you really don't want them back and you feel like you're not twin flames, we're not divine counterparts, I don't care, I really don't want this person, then try to imagine it with someone else. It's like, bring other people to the table, and this past person is watching the two of you. You know, that could be something for you to kind of start to push back that energy and to push them out of your fantasy. But I definitely feel like there is also something here. If you want to have like a friends with benefits, casual sex kind of energy kind of thing, go towards it. If you're feeling called to do that, you don't have to feel judged by it. You know, it is part of the human experience, you know? And I even feel like for some of you, you could be quite spiritual. Like this moon is giving me big spiritual vibes and everything. And I feel like for some of you, you could be, which is not wrong. You know, it is true that, you know, when you're having sex with someone, it is energetically it is exchanging things energetically between the two. But that doesn't mean that you can't have casual sex. It's about being conscious of who you have that casual, intimate encounter with, you know? And it is about, like, I feel like you need to free yourself a little bit. I feel like you need to feel and to be more in touch with your instincts and with your desires a little bit more rather than you think, okay? Because I feel like you're thinking too much and you may need to put the mind to rest and just be impulsive. Just go towards it. If you were wondering and conscious and worried about the spiritual energetic side to it, and you may be catching some things from that person, then, you know, perhaps have a little conversation, maybe even have like a friends with benefits, get to know that person first, be friends, and then get into the more intimate side. You know, it's about like allowing yourself to protect yourself, yes, but to also free yourself. I feel like that is one of the biggest things here for you to explore right now. And I mean, you can totally look into one of the other pals, but I definitely feel like that is one of your biggest things here right now for you to explore your sexual pleasure. But I also feel like we have like a lot of naturey vibes here, so you may be actually, I don't necessarily get that, you know, doing it out in nature, but it could be about like, do it in a place where there are a lot of flowers or a lot of plants. Maybe you have a lot of plants, or even just like buy yourself some flowers and then, you know, one thing leads to the other, take yourself on a date or something like that. But I definitely feel like there's something here around like flowers or plants and connecting with that. And essentially just explore any kink that you have, because I don't think that it is a matter of you knowing what your kinks are. I feel like it is just a matter of you allowing yourself to explore those kinks. And this could obviously be with yourself, you know, explore with, I'm getting like sexual toys, BDSM especially. I'm hearing like whips, that could be something that you're really into. And I feel like some of these things, I'm also hearing anal. Some of these things could be something, it could be stuff that you imagine and you think about, but you never really got into the place of exploring it. And I feel like this is your call to action. We even have like bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands, which is all about action. So I feel like right now you're in this Four of Swords place of inaction, right? And I feel like you're being called, hey honey, it's time to get into it, okay? And if you want to explore with someone, then I definitely feel like do it with someone you feel comfortable with, of course. And one of those people could definitely be someone from the past, could definitely be like a friends with benefits situation, casual sex situation, okay? Maybe just like the simple idea of casual sex could already turn you on, okay? Could already be one of your kinks, one of your sexual desires. Explore that, okay? That is also part of you. That is also part of your pleasure, okay? So let's see here. What else do we have? I'm also hearing something around, because like she's like grabbing some fire. So it could be something with heat. I definitely feel like it was pile number one that also had, I feel like there are a lot of similarities here, or some correlation with pile number one. But some candle wax, for example, or something with heat could also be very arousing for you. So let's see what else we have. We have flirt. Oh my goodness. right, we also have engagement. So again, for some of you, I definitely feel like you may want this person back, and I feel like your guys are just like, hey, whatever it is, we have your back, essentially. You know, either you want this person back or not. But I do feel like there is something here around, I feel like you may have this belief that for you to explore these things or for you to have sex, and I mean, if this is something that is bigger than you, you know, if it is a religious matter or something that you truly believe in and something that you truly want to follow through, then definitely do that. But if you're feeling like this is someone else's belief, if you feel like this is someone else's ideas and preconceived ideas and notions that were imprinted on you and you don't really resonate with, it's like you don't have to follow those. You know, it is your life and it is your journey and it is your body. So if you want to have casual sex and you want to wait until marriage, you don't have to do that just because you're imposed. You know, it's like whatever belief you have and whatever you're following through, be sure that you're doing it for yourself and not because of someone else's ideas and beliefs. Okay, I feel like that is one of your biggest things here, and one of the biggest things for you to think about more than anything. You know, reflect a little bit on what you truly want. And I definitely feel like, you know, with this flirt and engagement, it's like you may want to be a little bit more flirty, you may want to be a little bit more playful, and you are allowed to do that. I even feel like there is this thing of like, I can only explore these things and I can only have sex, not necessarily waiting until marriage, but until we have this 3-month mark. If you're super attracted to someone, and I feel like for some of you, if you don't know anyone, you could be definitely manifesting that person. If you're super attracted to someone, you don't have to wait for that 3-month time mark. You know, if you feel like truly connected, if you feel like this could lead to something really good, then allow your instinct, because your intuition will also tell you that. Allow your body to speak and allow your body to be there. You know, I really feel like this whole reading for you, it's definitely about like allowing yourself to be free. That is how you can explore your sexual pleasure. Okay? Allowing yourself to be free. Because I feel like you really can't have some really fixed ideas, and perhaps thinking a little bit outside the box and putting yourself outside of that box could definitely help you out. Okay? I also feel like your booty could be more of an erogenous zone. And your inner thighs, so definitely explore those. And again, with the booty, I'm definitely getting that perhaps spanking, but I was also picking up on those whips. I believe it is whips that it's called. But let's see here. What else do we have? Yeah, a lot of writing. So definitely explore that as well. But we have the Warrior of Love, number 10. We also have Longing and Desire, number 2. And oh yeah, look at that. We have 16, Physical Attraction. If you are attracted to someone, don't, even doubt, indecision, a loving gaze. It's like, you don't have to wait just to satisfy other people that perhaps you're not even talking about those things, you know? And just be sure that you truly believe in what you're doing, you know? Just be sure that you're really in that place, because I feel like that is literally your biggest block. You don't have to wait. I feel like that is what I'm trying to say and what this whole reading is trying to tell you. You don't have to wait, okay? So feel free to explore, feel free to put yourself out there and see what happens, okay? But definitely with this longing and desire, there's definitely someone here that you're longing for. Allow yourself to dream about that, to fantasize about that. Whether it is a specific person or just someone you're trying to manifest, fantasize about that ideal fantasy person, okay? And then again, we have definitely this writing energy here. And also, like, whenever you're fantasizing here, fantasize about, like, your dream ideal romance, because I feel like that is going to manifest that energy into your life. Again, talking about energy and exchanging energy, you're going to be creating that while you're fantasizing about those things. Okay? So, let's pull some dice here, some self-care dice, and we're going to look at it in a more, sexual way, I guess. But we have do something new. Yeah, definitely, again, explore yourself. We also have walk. That is interesting. We have music and cook, but we have music especially, and we also have journal. So perhaps like putting a little bit of ambience music could be very significant for you. With this walk, I'm also getting something around, how do I phrase this? It's almost like allow yourself to walk around and acknowledge the people around you. It's that thing of like the flirt and extending your lighthearted energy to others and getting to know people. You know, if we're talking about casual sex here, explore people, get to know them, see where they go, see what they are about, what are their beliefs and everything. And it's like allow yourself to get to know, to feel the field first, if you're feeling conscious about that. But definitely do something new and allow yourself to be out there. And with this journal, I actually feel like it's literally journal, because it's that thing of the reflection. We're talking about like you thinking about, do I really believe in these things, or is it someone else's beliefs? I feel like that is something you need to journal about. I don't think that this is to be interpreted in a sexual way, you know. But I'm also hearing books, so perhaps like reading more, I don't know, spicier books could also help you out a little bit. But yeah, I think that's it. So pile number 4, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you liked it. If you did, don't forget to smash the like button for me and to subscribe if you haven't already. There is also going to be a link down below for a private reading, but you can also check out my other channel, the Sunny Virgo, for cusp readings and just science readings. Okay, so I love you very much. I wish you the best, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.